What if golf's golden boy isn't quite as spotless as everyone insists he is? For years, Scottie Scheffler has been presented as a calm, quiet Texan who became the ultimate symbol of PGA Tour loyalty. While chaos swirled around professional golf, while rival leagues were around jaw-dropping money, and while some of the biggest names in the sport chased massive paydays, Scheffler stayed exactly where he was. No drama, no noise, no flashy headlines. Just wins, consistency, and silence. He was sold as the guy who never even glanced at LIV golf's money. While Phil Mickelson torched bridges, while Brooks Koepka and Dustin Johnson walked away with eye-watering contracts, Scheffler remained planted. Fans saw him as rock solid, untouchable, the poster child for traditional golf values in an era that seemed to be burning them down. And if you love the untold stories and raw drama behind the scenes of golf, make sure you subscribe to the Golf Mode TV channel, because we bring you the inside scoop every single week. But what if that spotless image has a crack in it? Low-key whispers have been floating around the golf world about something most fans have never heard discussed openly. A hush-hush $5 million LIV side deal. No press conference. No leaked announcement. No headline-grabbing defection. Just a quiet offer that allegedly appeared, lingered briefly, and then vanished just as fast. According to the whispers, that money wasn't meant to buy Scottie Scheffler away from the PGA Tour. It was allegedly meant to keep the door open, to keep communication alive, to allow conversations without blowing up the image that made him so valuable in the first place. And if that's true, it forces an uncomfortable question. What does that say about the one player fans believed was completely untouchable? In modern golf, loyalty is priceless until someone finally names a number. From the moment LIV Golf began waving around contracts that looked more like lottery winnings and endorsement deals, Scottie Scheffler was crowned the PGA Tour's golden example of loyalty. While headlines exploded over Dustin Johnson's 9-figure payday and Phil Mickelson's messy departure, Scheffler didn't budge. Fans loved it. He wasn't loud. He wasn't flashy. He didn't chase cameras or controversy. He moved differently. Calm, steady, grounded. A guy who chose time with his wife and inner circle over loud endorsements, luxury lifestyles, or private jets used for social media flexing. To many fans, Scheffler represented golf's purity, old school values in a modern, chaotic era. But beneath every clean image, there's always another layer waiting to be questioned. The PGA Tour needed Scottie Scheffler exactly where he was. He was young. He was ranked number 1 in the world. And more importantly, he gave the tour credibility at a moment when LIV's checkbook looked almost impossible to compete with. Scheffler wasn't just another elite player. He was a symbol. The guy fans would point to and say, see, some players can't be bought. That's why even the suggestion of a secret deal hits so hard. Because if even Scottie Scheffler felt tempted, if even he listened, then nobody in golf was truly off limits. And these whispers didn't come out of nowhere. The first sparks didn't come from ESPN or the Golf Channel. They didn't come from press conferences or official reports. They popped up in the shadows. Fan forums, late-night Twitter threads, golf podcasts built on speculation and insider chatter. Over and over again, one name kept sliding into the conversation. Scottie Scheffler. At first, it sounded absurd, almost laughable. Scottie Scheffler? The same guy who avoided drama, skipped hype, and barely ever said anything remotely controversial? But the rumors wouldn't die. They kept resurfacing in corners of the internet, where real golf talk lives away from microphones and polished interviews. Anonymous insiders hinted that LIV wasn't chasing headlines with him. This wasn't about a public defection or a shock announcement. It was quiet, strategic, a soft reach. No fireworks, no contract reveal. Just a feeler quietly slid across the table to see if the door was even cracked open. And that's what made it unsettling. Because silence doesn't mean nothing happened. Sometimes it means everything happened behind closed doors. According to the chatter, the number wasn't massive by LIV standards. But it wasn't pocket change either. A reported $5 million. Not to jump ship, not to defect, but simply to stay reachable. To listen, to keep conversations alive without committing publicly to anything. That detail alone flipped the entire narrative. This wasn't loyalty versus betrayal. It was leverage, insurance, keeping options open while the golf world burned around him. And if that's true, it explains why nothing ever made it into mainstream media. No paper trail, no announcement, no celebration. Just a quiet move inside a very loud war. Suddenly, Scheffler's silence didn't look passive anymore. It looked calculated. Here's where things really get sticky. Because if Scottie Scheffler even entertained the idea even briefly, it shatters the myth that loyalty in modern golf is untouchable. The PGA Tour didn't just need his swing. They needed his image. Clean, calm, unshakable. The guy fans trusted. But whispers like these don't appear without friction somewhere behind the scenes. And once a name like his enters a rumor mill, it never fully leaves. Whether true or not, the question was now out there. If Scottie Scheffler had a price, what did that say about everyone else? At first, most people dismissed it entirely. Scheffler was the one guy everyone believed was above it all. But the timing made people pause. These rumors of quiet sit-downs began circulating right when LIV's war chest was overflowing. The same period when Brooks Koepka and Cameron Smith shocked fans by walking away. The story, as it spread, went like this. While Scheffler publicly kept his distance from LIV, his camp was allegedly feeling things out behind closed doors. The whispers insisted he never planned to leave, but he was smart enough to listen. Turning down life-changing money without hearing the pitch would have been reckless. That's when the $5 million figure surfaced. Not a contract, not a commitment, just a supposed side payment designed to keep communication alive and disappear the second it ever became public. Most people brushed it off as conspiracy chatter, but the rumor didn't fade. It got louder, sharper, harder to ignore. According to the whispers, LIV didn't just want Scottie Scheffler on their roster. They wanted to eliminate the risk of him becoming the PGA Tour's forever champion. That was the play. Instead of locking him into a long-term deal, LIV allegedly floated something unprecedented, a non-binding insurance payment, a way to buy time. For Scheffler, it was framed as low risk. And here's the part that really fueled the fire. Some fans swore they saw signs afterward. Strange shifts around Scheffler's orbit that didn't fully add up. For months, the rumor drifted with no proof. Then came the anonymous leaks. Accounts appeared posting what they claimed were screenshots of draft agreements and email chains involving LIV negotiators and someone connected to Scheffler's camp. One image showed the phrase non-binding retainer agreement next to a number that totaled $5 million. Golf Twitter exploded. Fans turned into detectives overnight, zooming in on fonts, email signatures, metadata pulled from blurry PDFs. Some swore it proved he listened. Then everything vanished. Posts deleted, accounts frozen, links dead, all within days. What remained were Reddit threads talking about screenshots that no longer existed. A digital trail scrubbed so clean it felt intentional. That only made the speculation louder. Did Scheffler's legal team intervene? Did LIV pull the plug? Or was it all a hoax that collapsed under scrutiny? No one knew, but one thing stood out. If there was nothing to hide, why did everything disappear so fast? Behind closed doors, the PGA Tour wasn't ignoring the noise. Insiders hinted that whispers reached headquarters. And soon after, prize purses jumped. Bonus pools expanded. Officially, it was about competition. Unofficially, some believed Scheffler had seen LIV's numbers firsthand, and that knowledge changed everything. Other players noticed too. Some veterans quietly questioned whether the Golden Boy's image was being protected. The locker room chatter grew louder. Suspicion crept in, and that's when fans asked a question nobody wanted to ask. Did Scottie Scheffler actually take the money? From there, the golf world split. Some demanded proof. Others said the timing said everything. Scheffler stayed silent. Calm interviews. Measured answers. No denial. No confirmation. To supporters, that silence proved innocence. To skeptics, it felt strategic. In yesterday's game, silence speaks. And whether money changed hands or not, the idea that LIV could even reach him changed everything. The untouchable looked reachable. The symbol looked human. From that point forward, every move, every payout, every decision was filtered through doubt. Some fans refused to believe it. Others pointed to subtle lifestyle changes, new travel habits, new practice setups, no receipts, no proof, just patterns. And patterns fuel debate. Because if LIV really paid him without him leaving, it would destroy the moral high ground the PGA Tour stood on. And that's why this rumor refuses to die. At the end of the day, there's no contract, no bank transfer, no undeniable evidence. Just whispers, deleted screenshots, and silence. Scottie Scheffler remains, publicly, the PGA Tour's golden boy, but the shadow lingers. And in modern golf, perception sticks. So the question remains, did he walk away untouched? Or was $5 million simply too much for anyone to ignore?